From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. Dashing through the snow. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. He returns the kick 88 yards to the house. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. And if you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Perkins. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Now he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Zerline now for the PAT. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
To throw is Perkins. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath. Hit him with...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Echols. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Commanders nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Throwing is Perkins. That's out to the flat for Gibson. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up second down. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the play.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, boy, tough conditions out there. I don't know if a defender slipped or what, but he had a man wide open, and that's a bad one to miss on. They don't come a whole lot easier than that one right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line. 30.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And that's good for a gain of 6. And just like that, it's third down. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Come on.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Throwing on first down. Perkins. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 13 yards there at a Washington first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Perkins. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now here is another interception. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
I'll go over here.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Rodgers to throw. And a completion to Wilson.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Hey, 88. 26. Go to 50.
Now it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jets are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And a route is on here in this first half.
Commanders nothing. Break Zerline to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Let's go now.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Got it.
This
Ready?
offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll change things up.
Ready?
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Ready, ready. Trap 60, trap 60. 18, Pioneer. Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Perkins under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jermaine Johnson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On 3rd down, Perkins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Deputy! Big Lion!
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 2.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon 60. Let go.
Operating from the gun. Perkins eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Ready?
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Mustang 19.
Operating from the gun. Perkins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Inside. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Second and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one deep for Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Brings your line to kick off one again.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Hey, smash Bronco!
To throw from his end zone, Perkins. Open man is Samuel, complete. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So, 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back north.
They'll run with Cook. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Dalvin Cook, so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Throwing is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. So Rodgers will depart, and on is Greg Zuerlein for the Jets field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Perkins. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Third down.
Get it. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Right. Kelly, don't let Kelly.
Give to Hall running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Commanders' 19-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Get 300. Get 300. White left.
Now Rodgers. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Zerline connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First down, Washington.
Looking to throw. Perkins. And now here's another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Commanders 3. Breaks their line to kick off for the Jets.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Perkins throw into the hands of McLaurin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 23-yard line.
Back to throw. Perkins. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And quickly they get to the line.
13 yards. And it's third down.
On third down, here's Gibson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
19 Lions.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A give running right is Hall. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Go right.
To throw is Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Perkins throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jets' 41-yard line.
19 tight, 19 tight. Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Looking to throw. Perkins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Right in. No. Ready.
Now Perkins. That is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On the jump.
To throw is Perkins. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Mustang 19.
Throwing is Perkins. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Jets, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Washington, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves